Hello, welcome back to part 3 of our end of course exam review. That of course was Eye of the Tiger. Hopefully you've got the Eye of the Tiger now for conquering this end of course exam. Alright, and the next benchmark that we're going to cover is determining slope, x-intercept and y-intercept of a line, given its graph, its equation, or 2 points on the line. Okay, so we'll look at slope. You can find slope with either our picnic table equation, y2 minus y1. Remember, y's go on top because they are fancy glasses, and the picnic table, the x's go on bottom. Or you can do slope with rise over run, rise over run. And to find the x and y intercept, if it's in standard form, we do the cover-up method. So using that, let's try to see if we can solve this problem. An architect designed an outdoor staircase for a house using this equation. Between the height and the length, or the rise and the run, which of the following represents the slope of the equation? Okay, I'm going to leave that for you. So right now, give this problem a try. Hit pause, and we'll talk about it. Okay, do you have time to think about it? If you want to get slope from an equation, best way to make sure it's in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Now, is this in slope-intercept form? Well, I see x and y on the same side, so I would say that's standard form. Standard form is where x and y are on the same side. So we have to make it in y equals mx plus b form by doing the opposite to whatever we're doing to this y. Think of it like a variable party, and you want that y to be by itself. Okay? So if I want that y by itself, I'm going to do the opposite. This 57x is positive. Sorry about that. 57x is positive, so I am going to subtract 57x from both sides. I know that doesn't look like a 57, but it is. Okay, and when I subtract 57x from both sides, I get negative 95y on this side and negative 57x on this side. Y is still not by itself, so I'm going to do the opposite. Even though there's a minus there, that is negative 95 times y. The opposite of that is dividing by negative 95. Whatever we do one side, got to do to the other side. This is a hua, and we have y equals negative 57x over negative 95. Now, before we answer the question, we're going to have to do some simplifying. First of all, negative divided by negative gives us a positive, so our answer is going to be positive. And with 57, clearly we have a factor that is shared by 95. So, and if you simplify this, 57 is 3 times 19. 95 is 5 times 19. And 19 over 19 simplifies to 1. This is a hua. Final answer, slope is 3 over 5. Answer choice D. Did you get that? Good job. Another way you can find the slope is from a graph. This one, of course, is by finding rise over run. So look at the screen, see if you can find the rise over the run, and find the slope of this line. What did you get? I can see that this rises from here. To get from one point to the next, it rises from here to there. It goes from 30 to 70, covering 40 meters in height. Even though you can count the squares, you gotta look at the scale. So 40 over, and it goes from 20 to 180, So 20 to 180 is 160. So our slope is 40 over 60, or 40 over 160, which simplifies to 1 over 4. And of course it is a positive slope because it goes up from left to right. So it's positive 1/4. And our next benchmark, we're writing an equation of a line given any of the following information. So there's lots of different types of problems here. We have 2 points on the line, slope in 1 point on the line, or its graph. Find the equation of a new line parallel to a given line or perpendicular to a given line. Now, in general, this is a big topic on in the course exam. Last year it was given 4 questions, but as you can see, it's a very broad topic. Most for this benchmark in general, we're going to use our point slope formula, which is y minus y sub 1 times the quantity, or time is equal to m times the quantity of x minus x sub 1. Okay, that's the point slope formula, though it is on your reference sheet. Just be familiar. If you're talking about points and lines and finding parallel, perpendicular lines, we need point slope. Alright, so look at this problem. Students analyzed the side view of a house that is positioned on a coordinate grid as shown below. Which of the following best represents the line that contains the point PQ? So it's here. Okay, we want an equation for that line. Okay, we can start with obviously what we have in this case is 2 points. We have here and here. 2 points is enough to find slope. Maybe I should let you try this. Give it a try. That's too much of a hint. Okay, try it on your own. We'll talk later. Hit pause. I hope you hit pause. Alright, trying to find slope of this line so that we can use point slope formula to figure out the equation of that line. So first step, find slope, and that is our picnic table equation, y minus y, x minus x. Remember, this is xy, xy. So let's subtract. Alright, I have a y that's 12 from here, y that's 10 from here. And that is over my x that's 6 and my other x that's 11. So 12 minus 10 is 2. 6 minus 11 is negative 5. That makes sense that this is negative because the line goes down from left to right. Alright. Notice that this is already enough to eliminate 2 answer choices. So we move it up here. Actually, we have enough to solve our problem. Ta-da! Magic of multiple choice. However, if you wanted to find that, and you can kind of estimate that this line would continue to go back up to over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 2 and 5. So it would be somewhere here at 14.4 if we really wanted to get exact. Then we could also use the point slope formula, but obviously C is the only choice left. Hope you saw that pattern. Save yourself a little bit of time. So here we are. Which superhero would I like to be when I grow up? All of them, obviously. Look how big those Hulk hands look on that little kid. And the Iron Man mask. He looks like a little tiny baby. Anyways, we have a few things. First, let's talk about shoutouts. I have a couple shoutouts right here. This says, I love Lauren like a daughter. I think Lauren just wanted to hear me say that on a video. And we have another one. It says, Juliet, stop reading. Alyssa, hey. And Mark Fibians. Alright. Hope you guys got those messages and you knew what they meant. Also wanted to give you our next clue for the video. Next, for the puzzles. And if you're not sure what these are, go back and watch the other videos. I've been giving you clues so far, given quite a few letters. Our next clue is the letter A. So our next benchmark, write an equation of a line that models a data set and use the equation to graph to make predictions. That word predictions over here is big. Generally that means scatter plots. So let's take a look. And there we go, a scatter plot. Time and distance. So time is x, distance is on the y. Which statements best express the meaning of slope as a rate of change for this line of best fit? So we need to talk about the slope. So slope, again, remember, represents the rise over the run. So look at these 4 answer choices and you decide what's the correct answer. Hit pause. Okay, so you have an answer. Let me talk it through. So A says represents the number of miles you have to run to finish the marathon. Okay, so we're talking about the slope of this line. So if I measure rise over run of this line, distance over time, does that mean the number of miles you have to finish, number of miles you have to run? B says it will represent the average speed in miles per hour, distance per hour of his training runs. C says it represents the number of hours he will need to finish the training, the marathon. Or D represents the distances in miles that he ran while he was training. Alright, so what do you guys think? I'm going to tell you, again, keep in mind that we're talking about slope. Slope is rise over run. In this case, the rise refers to distance, and the run refers to time. So distance divided by time can best be described by average speed, miles per hour. Answer choice B is your best option. Notice in the other ones, miles, it's only talking about one of the variable. Hours, talking about the other one. And another one, miles, only talking about one variable. So you're talking about slope, you need to talk about both, rise and run, both variables. And we are going to leave it at that for this video. Come back next time for part 4, where we're going to start with systems of equations. See you guys later.